Alright, we're back. We're gonna try one more time. Do this stupid thing. It says it's chaos, but it's everybody gets three of the same packs. And like not the same you don't get three of the same pack. Everybody gets the same three different packs, so it's the two Ravnica sets before War of the Spark, and then instead of War of the Spark, it's Murders at Karlov Manor. So it's kind of all over the place, but not really a chaos draft. I tried to stay. I tried to draft as much fixing as possible, as many lands, like dual lands and lands that fix for 5 colors as possible, so that I could play whatever I opened. And while I could play most of the stuff that I opened, I got a little too greedy versus the lands that I had last draft, and it did not go as well as I would have liked. So I'm probably going to stick to that same basic strategy, though. Expect to see me take a lot of dual lands, any of the 5-color fixing lands, mana rocks. Like, they went this way, made it into my other deck. So I would expect that to be true here, despite the fact that I played against a lot of Boros aggro. So I do need to draft the creatures that can block early. Alright, come on, last person. You didn't want to do this, you wouldn't have spent the gems, or the gold, or the draft token. Alright, let's try again. E? Okay, there we go. Alright, so we start off with the Murders at Karlov Manor pack. And with a lot less disguised creatures, Murder is a lot stronger than normal. There's also an escape tunnel, though, and I'm very sorely tempted to take that. The main reason for me not to is that while it fixes my mana, it also diminishes the number of lands in my deck, which a lot of my decks are 5-color nonsense for formats like this, where I just want to hit all of my colors constantly, so taking a land out of the deck might actually be slightly detrimental. It's also possible I shouldn't take this Murder and just take the escape tunnel, but we'll see. The two pre-War of the Spark Ravnica sets are a lot closer to older Magic sets where removal was a lot stronger. God, I want to take this Undercity Sewers, but I feel like if I take this Murder, I can ignore everything I said about trying to take all of the fixing and the 5-color nonsense and just have, like, removal.deck and just kill everything. Like, just take Extract a Confession here and literally just kill every single creature. There's also a Homicide Investigator, Novice Inspector is good, Detective Satchel will be great this early. Chalk Outline doesn't have the support because there aren't enough cards taking creatures out of your graveyard in the other two sets. Like, there's no Collect Evidence variant in either of them. There is Surveil, though, so you can stockpile your graveyard a lot better. We'll just be black, and then we'll open Ethereal Absolution in Pack 2, and we'll win the entire thing, because Ethereal Absolution is so dumb. Like, so impossibly dumb. Like, what if my Elish Norn made bodies? I am inclined to just take this and keep taking the removal spells. I could also take Nervous Gardener or Fairy Snoop here, and I don't think that would be wrong, but nope, I'm just gonna keep taking removal, and I'm gonna kill everything. Nobody's gonna have a single creature left on the table, and I am just gonna win by attrition. Well, if I'm winning by attrition, I don't mind one of these, like, big bodies to stop the opponent from attacking and to, like, take some of the pressure off my removal. There won't be enough clues, obviously. There's no Investigate in the other two sets. So this is just a 6-mana 5/6. but it lets me stay in mono black. The other option is to take this 2/5 with hexproof. That means they have to kill it with a trick. Basically, like there will be a couple little death touch creatures from the other sets. Or I could take the Flourishing Bloomkin, which has some amount of fixing attached to it, but I think I like taking the blue big body here if I'm going to take the big body. Alright, Repeat Offender is a fine early play / finisher. It's a little bit weaker now that there will be a bunch of things that interact with smaller creatures. Like, there's no thing that kills 1 toughness creatures. Alright, what is that still doing here? Or him, for that matter. There's one in the last pack, too, and I kind of glossed over it. Alright, I'm taking the thing that fixes my mana now, and I should have taken the other one, too, but... what are you gonna do? Gets +2/+0 when it dies, and then Suspect It. That's a lot more mana in this format. Alright, I will take this now over the Undercover Crocodile, the Benthic Criminologists. Because green seems to be a lot more open than it should be. Actually, I will take him, though. Because he can kill another 2 toughness creature. Like, the Creeper is actually fine here. I think I'm taking the Macabre Construction. Alright, we got an Agency Veteran to basically do the same thing the Living thing was going to do. Alright, well, we opened Godless Shrine and not Ethereal Absolution, so I'm a little sad inside. We can take Grotesque Demise. Steeple Creeper's fine. Pitiless Pontiff. Not terrible. Exaltation. Exaltation gets kind of out of hand if my, like, Snarling Gorehound is a 4/4 menace when it attacks. My other creatures are back to block. Yeah, I think I'm still taking the Mutation, or Demise, rather. Sorry. Wrong Grotesque card. But Devil would be a splash. Tower Defense. Axebane is playable, not amazing. Vizcopa Vampire is fine. Deals 1 damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. A lot of red cards in this pack. I think I might just take the Guildgate over the Bedevil, just in case we see Ethereal. Because if I see Ethereal Absolution, I'm slamming it and we're fixing for it and everything is fine forever. 4/4 Riot. Death Touch until end of turn, draw a card. Menace Dude. Another Vizcopa. Yeah, I think I just want the... I'm either a 5/5 or a 4/4 haste for 5. Big dumb green creature here. Target creature gets -3/-3. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you may return up to 1 target creature from your graveyard to your hand. Probably that. I already have the Reconstruction, so I don't need Dead Revels. Yeah, okay. We have the Topiary Panther, the Rampaging Rendhorn so far. Scry 2. Like, it's playable. It's a lot better than it looks like it should be, but... I don't have, like, a lot of little creatures I'm eager to get rid of, though. I might actually take the Vizcopa now. Ah, that thing's so good. I think I'll take the Vizcopa. Oh, there's a Blade Juggler. I think I'm okay with that. One is, beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice a creature, deal 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Yeah, that one's really strong too. Like, it's a 2-mana 2/2 haste, so it's already beating in for a lot, and then it can just drain an opponent out the rest of the way if they insist on living. Is there that rude? don't want to take Consign to the Pit. But I have the other removal spells, and we haven't seen anything to indicate that I'm going to get... Like, we've been getting the white-black lands, but we haven't been getting the white-black spells I would want, so... So I need to adapt 3, and it can attack as though it doesn't have Defender. Or I can take a 5-mana 3/5 reach that just bricks everything. Not everything, but most things. Lost a few games to like a 2-power flyer with like 3 toughness so that my own 2-power flyers can't get in its way. Alright. Taking the Guildgate doesn't help because Rakdos was in this set, and there's nothing Rakdos I want to take, but none of these other things are particularly playable. Like, the Creeper's not good if I don't have blue mana to make it fly, so... Or unblockable, whatever its thing is. I do remember the card exists and vaguely what it does, but... I currently have no way to pump up the Vizkopa Vampire or make it evasive, so... Not super thrilled with it. I guess I have the Sample Collector, so I have one way to make it trade with an X2 or a 2X instead of a 1X. Do I want... I guess I just want the Cultivator. Like, I'm not running any of these other cards anyway. So, the fact that it might fix for my mana, like it and Starling Gorehound or Repeat Offender can team up and fix for a splash card. I don't know what I would be splashing for, though. I think most of the things I would want to splash for were in this set. Like, we will have actual Golgari next set, but Golgari wasn't super strong. So, which might be why I saw all the things that I saw this thing. So what is it? Yeah, it does gain flying. Right. Menace Dude or a Blade Brand? Either one is particularly interesting. Like a 1/3 Menace, and it's never really going to get pumped. Yeah, like the Rakdos and the Gruul are both in this set, so having all these red dual lands doesn't help because I'm not going to get anything now that I want to splash for, right? Like, I'm not splashing Goblin Gathering. Alright, just out of frustration that that's even still here, taking it. I'll take this over the Sphinx. Alright, so what do we actually have? Enters the battlefield, draw a card, enchant land, has top add 1 mana of any color. There's a never happen. Yeah, this pack kind of sucks. I think I just want my 2/2 Death Touch for 3. Super easy to cast for my deck and terrible for everybody else's. Wow, this is a weak pack. I mean, the 3 top Surveil is pretty strong. Burglar Rat is fine. Yeah, these packs are just so weak. Enters the battlefield, target creature gets Vigilance and +X/+X, and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. That's not terrible, but... Like, there's a part of me that's more excited for the idea of Experimental Frenzy than I am for this, because I have 2 red lands and a ton of removal in my deck. And just being able to cast spells repeatedly off the top would be fine. Hey, I'm going to take the Burglar Rat, though. Alright. Forgers gains me life. Alright, so you cost 1 less to cast for each creature card in my graveyard. Enters the battlefield, return target land from my graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, it's a 6/6 that I might be able to cast for like 6 mana. Or less. Like, I don't want Vicious Shadows. The Foragers might wheel unless somebody's in green and there's literally nothing for them to take here. I haven't seen, like, any of the removal in the other two sets, really, so that's been kind of frustrating. When I mean, we saw one Grotesque Demise, and that's it. I'm going to take a land over a 2/3 that can give one of my creatures +X/+0 and Menace until end of turn. I mean, Devkarian Dissident is not terrible. Like, it's not unplayable, but not exactly where I want to be either. I don't want a second Molder Hulk. Like, that's already a bit much. 5 mana 4/5. Or ramp spell that lets me draw cards later. Ooh. Fine Broker is actually decent. Buys me back a permanent spell. Yeah. Still good enough. Shell Beetle would have been fine. Oh, there's a Siege Worm. So we're going to grab that. And we're going to convoke into a 5/5 trample. Alright. Enters the battlefield with a number of 1/1 counters on equal number of creature cards in your graveyard. That one was fine. This one is also fine. And this is also fine. Like, any one of these three would be good in the deck. What's my creature count actually at? 17? Okay, as long as I actually have enough creatures for it, be fine. Bad discard spell. Bad color fixing. Mediocre pump spell with Convoke. None of them are really where I want to be at. Alright, we'll take the Dowser now. Alright, we did get the Foragers on the wheel if I want to run them. All of these things are like more 4-power creatures for my one thing, so not terrible. Moodmark Painter is just okay at best. And kind of an example of why Golgari was not great in this set, for the most part. Like, you really needed the good Golgari cards. I don't think I need 2 Dowser of Lights. Or 2 Dowsers of Lights, I guess. Opposed to 2 Dowser of Lights. Like, all the things in quotation mark, plural. Yeah, somebody's not getting this land. Like that. Alright, we didn't wheel anything from the packs that actually had a couple other playables, so... yeah, this deck seems weak overall. Not super thrilled. I do not need mountains for that one idiot, thank you. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so a whole bunch of removal down here. None of it really strong. We have 2 murders, so it's not unplayable. And then a couple of our creatures are also removal spells. We just need to remove, like, the bad creatures from up here. I don't have much of a curve, though, so... it's a good thing he's secretly a 3-drop. 4/4. Oh. What's the thing that cared about 4-power creatures? There's one of them that actually cared if I had 4-power creatures, and I forget who it was now. Wait, what am I... oh, it's the clear the stage. If I control a creature with power 4... I'm like, I had something that very much cared if I had 4-power creatures in play. Alright, so I don't need all of this. He has to lose 3 off of his casting cost to be reasonable. We have, like, much better creatures up here, so I think I'm okay with that. We probably don't need the 3/6 anymore, because it's not going to have been suspected anyway. 4/5, 3/3 kills a thing. Get rid of that one. Still need 2 cuts, and they probably have to be from the higher end. Alright, get rid of the Dowser then. It's only a 4/5. This can be a 5/5, and this has reach, so that. Problem is the sample collector works at cross purposes with my ones that care about the graveyard, so maybe I do get rid of the Rhizome Lurcher also. Because I'm just going to eat the resource that I'm trying to count, so yeah. Alright. Well, we've got a bunch of removal, but my early game, I probably need to take one or... Like, I might have needed that Crawl Dissident or whatever it is, the 2/2 that can pump for 5 mana. Like, Threat of Activation on that thing used to be strong. I don't know if the cards from the newer set do enough to counteract that, though. Plus, there's going to be some number of 3 mana 2/2s running around. I just don't have the mana to trade. This hand is so medium. Alright. Yeah, this is the kind of deck I wanted to be playing against with my 5-color Abomination before. But looks like my opponent is already living their best life with 3 colors on turn 2 in an early play. Alright. Playing out the 2/1 doesn't help much. Other than that, maybe they hold their guy back. I'm gonna say I can't block, so if you wanna... Oh, they can't even pump all their mana into it yet. But it did get through for a point of damage for the Blade Juggler, so there's that. Alright, here's my 2/3. Okay, I call it again, Spectacle. Yeah, it seems fine. Like, I have a lot of big creatures in my hand, so maybe I can just overwhelm their thing. That's an insanely powerful card if they can get their hand empty. Alright, so 4, 5, 6. So a land next turn lets us cast the Siege Worm. And if I don't get a land, the Repeat Offender lets me cast the Siege Worm, so... Oh, that thing's like a huge problem, I think. Still haven't drawn my other color, and I haven't drawn... Like, my draw is so awkward here. Ah, damn it. Meanwhile, they've got their stupid Boros Mentor over there that's gonna just absolutely ruin me. Yeah, a lot of the Mentor creatures that pump are just so powerful. Yeah, my opponent's doing great things over there, and I'm sitting over here stuck on 4 mana, missing double black for most of my good removal, and... So if I double block, I'm taking myself off of the thing. It's 4 mana to give it +1/+1 until end of turn. Alright. Make them use their trick here and be really sad when they do. Alright. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, 6, so we still can't cast that, so... Alright, give me a 5/5. Plus... Yeah, I don't want to give them an easy attack with the 2/4 if they don't have anything. Can just get in for 4 damage if they're not doing anything else with their mana. They didn't pump pre-combat, so their combat trick is that expensive. Alright, what do you got for me? Alright. That player discards 2 cards off. Oh my god, are you kidding me? 4, 5, 6. So if I don't draw a land, I don't kill their menace dude here, and now their thing is solved. Oh my god. It's so obnoxious. Need to keep that, and I'm just dead. Like, I'm literally dead to this thing now. I'm at 6. They're drawing 3 cards a turn. There's nothing I'm gonna do that's gonna get me out of this. Yeah, okay. I can concede to that. I could have conceded to them solving their case, but... Yeah, the discard 2 cards, deal damage to the opponent thing... I think that's one of the split cards from, yeah. Well, from the Rakdos one, obviously, so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the split card one. I forget what its full name is. Well, at least I can cast Murder this time, and I could theoretically get back my Panther with Macabre Reconstruction, so... Aside from the opponent going first... If I need to cycle the Panther, I can do that. Though I don't think I need to. The opponent's not off to a quick start either. I was gonna say, I might just kill, like, their first creature, and then plan on Mammoth Spider to hold off their things for the rest of the game. Yeah, like, that's not even a creature here, basically. Compared to, like, other things they could be doing. It's gonna hit me for all of 2 damage, and then all of its contribution is going to be their other creatures dying. Perfect. I love seeing that. I am hoping they don't have a counterspell here, though, because that would be a bit rough. Because they do have triple blue left over after that, but they had to hold up. Alright, that's fine. Oh no, my guy is locked down and their tapped creatures have... Alright, I might actually exile the Death Toucher here. That seems like it'd be annoying. With all my giant bodies. I have in my graveyard. Because I could cycle this and get another land and play the land for the turn. And then get back it and the other creature. I feel okay with where I'm at right now. Yeah, I don't really care about your face down. Other than the fact that I can't consign it to the pit. Okay. Oh, that's annoying. You get to hit me for 4. If I get tempoed out, I'm gonna be really annoyed. And it looks like that's what's happening to me, too. Alright. Well, let's hope that was their last thing, and that I'm good now. They already got me down to 10. Like, the Vindictive Vampire might actually be problematic. That's actually not terrible. I do not mind seeing that. Yep, this is fine. I attack with my creature, it just gives them a good attack with their other thing. Yeah, I think I just want to draw a card here and lose a life. See what we get. Okay, that's fine. Are you kidding me? Like, that's so unrealistic that they have that many of these things. There's only one pack of the set open, for crying out loud. 3, 6, 7... Like, that just feels so unreasonable. They're just gonna tempo me to death with their stupid thing and then kill me with Vindictive Vampire. Like, having their creatures die. Target creature can't be... Okay. Whatever. And now I die when I kill their thing? Gotta be kidding me. So dumb. They can just make their guy unblockable and I lose. Oh my god, that was so annoying. We should have had that one, and then they just kept drawing everything they needed every single turn, it felt like. There was like one turn where they missed, and they just attacked with their guy and I blocked and they flipped their guy up. That was like the one turn they didn't have everything they needed. Every other turn it's like, lock down your guy, lock down your guy, lock down your guy and kill your guy, lock down your guy. Like 2 artful takedowns. That was a pack one, pick one card in that set, and they had 2 of them. For the reason that they just demonstrated, by the way. If in case you were wondering, why is that pack one, pick one? Because it kills your opponent's best creature and takes their other creature out of combat. Like, very consistently. Alright, I'm gonna need to draw a black mana source at some point in time. No? No, we're just gonna color screw now? Alright. Alright, Pitiless Gorgon. It's entire. Oh, they're color screwed also. Never mind, we got plenty of time. Alright, let them kill my guy with their kill an attacking creature spell. Yep. That would not have killed my 3/4. I was thinking it was one of the better ones, but it was not. Okay, now we're in good shape. Yeah, let's just start the beatdown then. Well, they got horribly color screwed, so we managed to beat an opponent that couldn't do anything. Good job, us. Alright. We are 1-2. Managed to not 0-3. So I think we need to win one more game for our personal best in this format. I forget if we actually won 2 last time or not. I know we lost every game, or we didn't get to cast my one fun card. We didn't necessarily lose every game. I'm pretty sure we won 1 round at least. Well, if I draw land would be nice. Because I don't have much of an early game to begin with, so hitting a land into ramping into stuff would have been good times. But if I don't hit my 3rd land next turn, I'm going to feel pretty defeated. Okay, good. Alright, go get him, little burglar rat. Okay, now I feel reasonable about our chances. Like, we can kill almost any decent creature they play now between the consign or sacrificing the rat to the eliminator. So ooh, cold case cracker. Does this exile? It does. Alright. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and exile her. And beat in for 3. And play a land so we can cast Consign to the Pit next turn on their new creature that they play. Or they're just going to kill mine. Could be the +2/+2 fight spell. Nah, I'm good, thanks. I don't care if you're bluffing. I'd rather attack for 6 here. Well, bright side is now we can trade in our locket for extra cards. Is 3, 4, and tap. Yeah, I think I just want to trade it in for cards then. Like, the Gorgon doesn't change the clock, and it's a good thing for them to block with their guy. That's mildly annoying. Even if it doesn't hit creatures, there's still 2 2/2s, and they have Ward 2, so I can't consign either of them to the pit. Unless I don't sack this, and that seems wrong here. So, and they have good double blocks now on both my creatures. Trading a 3/3 or a 3/4 for a 2/2 is just awful. Grand scheme of things. Alright. Well, now if I can kill one of their guys, their other one doesn't get to block at all, really. Like, it can jump, but... And there's Murder and Extract a Confession. Alright. Alright, I'm down for attacking with both then, trying to get the double block here. Or the block and the trick. Might of the Masses. Okay. So, kill that. Yes. Pay the ward. Take 2. Like, they're just gonna sack the 2/2, like the face-up 2/2, so... I'm a little worried about what the face down could be. I guess I don't need to be then. What was the other one? Oh, right, it was the Aeromunculus. They blocked with the Aeromunculus specifically, though, so that actually does worry me what that thing could be. I feel like I'm gonna get my creature eaten if I attack with both now. Alright, we attack with both. We kill the 2/2 if they double block. If the thing is just big enough to eat our guy, then we get to extract post-combat and pay the additional cost. Alright. 4, 5, 6. Oh, we should leave that in the graveyard if we can. A bit like that, because we do have the one thing to buy back a dead creature. 2 dead creatures. Because now we can consign to the pit their 1 creature, and then the Gorgon is lethal, so they need to put down 3 bodies to get in my way. And that has to leave them with a good block on the Undercity Eliminator after that. Okay. And fight? Yeah. Then they play their last creature. Alright, good enough. I guess they figured that was too much damage to pass up on, and they could trade with my guy next turn. Because they weren't dead on board. Which is a fair assessment. Like, they're not losing that game if they just sit back. So, or they're not winning that game, rather, if they just sit back. So they need to pressure me somehow. Hope that they draw better and that I've drawn poorly. Alright, we're 2-2. Rally to the 4-2 before I lose my 3rd game. Probably not, but doesn't mean we're not going to try. Just seems unlikely is all I'm saying. We have good removal, but not the strongest deck, and yeah, I just feel like we're not going to we're going to run into somebody who has an actual good deck or a very, very aggressive deck that will just tear me apart. My opponent goes first, but I have some 2-drop creatures, and once I hit my 3rd land, I have my 4th land, so alright, and we hit my 3rd land. So, probably a Fender into Vizkopa here is going to be the sequence. As opposed to Burglar Rat or Locket on either of those turns. I don't think there's a deal 1 to all creatures in any of these sets, but there might be a -2/-2 in black. Alright, they're just gonna lock down my lifelinker, that's fine. Alright, missing my natural 4th land is a little sad, but it's okay. We still hit my 5th land on time, we'll be good. 2/3 reach. Well, they've given me a good creature to sacrifice for that, so guess let's keep developing out my board for right now. Obnoxious. Hmm. That'll be really good if I can turn that face up and block their 2-3. And then kill my stolen Axebane Beast. He's a big guy. This is still fine, honestly. It's going to get a lot less fine soon, but for right now, this is fine. They don't have the 2 to lock down my flyer, so they get to lock down that instead. Still didn't hit my land, so we'll take the last card out of their hand. And create a chump blocker for the Feraligatr or Scuttlegator if it gets up. Yep, there it comes. Alright. Took its sweet-ass time, but it's finally here, so let's go ahead and eliminate the Feraligatr. Not Feraligatr. Sorry, I've been watching Kenji lately, and he's been completely off Magic, so he's just been playing Pokemon. He's been doing the, not the Nuzlocke, the Kaizo, the new Kaizo. So there's that. I think I just slam a spider here. Alright, so their guy turns up for 5 or less mana. I think we just hold back for now. Ah, it's a Fairy Snoop. Well, unfortunately that lets them dig for an answer for my spider, and if they have it, I won't have time to redeploy it with Macabre Reconstruction, so... Alright, that hurts a tiny bit. That's super helpful, though. Alright, Gorehound is not terrible when I can follow it up with other creatures. If I attack with this thing, I would have to get to kill the flyer for them to double block it properly. And I do have murder, so if I want to, I can 2-for-1 them with that block. Alright, and if they just chump, then I'm doing great. Or if they play a trick here. Gorehound, the Collector. Okay, that's fine. I am A-okay with them 2-for-1ing themselves here, while I get to surveil. That's true, I do have the Reconstruction if I want it. And get back the... Is the Informant good here? The Informant's okay. Like, it attacks into their things. And the Rampager. Because my other creatures don't really attack into them that well. So I definitely want the Rendhorn. Have no cards in their hand, right? Oh, they had 1 card in their hand. I guess I could have taken that to get rid of their card, but this is still fine. Alright. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, or I can just attack right now. With a 4-4 and a 2-3. That's not going to work out too well. I have to make that a 3-4. They double block and trade their 3-3 flyer. least that's what it looks like they're going to do. Alright. So... kill that, keep my guy. Alright. And we dealt damage to them, so I will spectacle this out. Alright. They have to get rid of both of the cards in their hand. Yeah. Okay. So they are very, very dead there. Alright. Feels much better than just beating an opponent that couldn't do anything. Brings it up to 3 wins now. Like, they got to play a bunch of potent spells and mess with my things, and I was stuck on land for a little bit, so it felt like there was a bit of back and forth there. So, it was a much more fun game of Magic. Like, I want to win, I want to get prizes, but I also want to actually play games of Magic if I can. Well, it's 2 removal spells and a creature that trades up most of the time, so I think I'm good to keep that. Also, it's 2 black and 2 green, so all of my spells are basically castable off of 1 more land. Alright, we can stop drawing lands now. I am good. I am satisfied with my current land count. I mean, technically I have a 6-drop in the deck, but that's fine. We don't need a land right now. We're good. Thank you, deck. Thank you for not taking that as an invitation to give me way more lands than I would have ever going to be able to use. Alright. They're white-red and they haven't played a single spell yet. So either they're actually a lot of colors, or they're sandbagging for a Wrath, or they just have a very questionable draw. Alright, they have a 5-2, which I am more than okay with killing here. Power 3 or less, so we do have to murder it, but then I get to hit them for 5. Yeah, that's not one of the scary mentor creatures, but... yeah, I knew that was a possibility. So it has to attack each turn, so I can block with the Gorgon. I can also play a 5/5 this turn. So this way, even if they kill one of my creatures that can trade with it, the other creature still trades with it, and then I have Reconstruction. I guess I could have guessed they had another, like, scary Doomsday creature by the fact that they didn't play a spell until now, but... I still feel like murdering the 5/2 and actually getting in for damage was good enough. Alright, so the 4/3 does nothing against my Rendhorn by itself, so let's make them do something about that first. Or take damage. Taking damage is also fine. Alright, let's get Repeat Offender online. Now that they can't take away its suspected status. And I'm content to just rumble here. They block the 3/4, they take 5. They gain life when it dies. But this would still be 8, so they'd have to do something else. Alright. Howler the Culprit. Okay. And they can trade with my 3/4 if they want to. Oh, it's not a trade anymore. Just get to eat my guy. Alright. That did eat up most of their hand, though. And that leaves me with a bunch of creatures in my graveyard, and I can cast this. We can go you and you back. And then redeploy the 3/4. So yeah, that basically ate up their hand to tempo my 2 creatures and let them take 2 damage. But they do get to draw a card now to make up for it, so it's not the worst. Yep. I'm assuming they have small creatures I can target with this spell, but maybe they don't. Yeah, pass isn't suspicious at all. Okay, let's recast my Rentorn. I suppose I'm still giving it the counter so that they can't block profitably. Means I'm not attacking, which means I should have attacked with my 2/1 first. What are the odds they have a flash creature? I'm gonna go with low, but not completely off the board. Yeah, that's fine. So, if I had planned to pump that thing twice, they would have killed it anyway. Because I'm a mana off of triple pumping it. So... I guess I could have gone for lethal here, but it feels like they still have stuff. Alright, well, that's still a trade, so... Alright, go get him, Gorehound. Double strike as long as you control a gate. Well, that is in fact their 3-power creature. So I'll just go ahead and exile it now. Alright. Oh, that does nothing right now. And Burning Mass to deal 3 damage to that. This is fine. For 3. Or eat their creature. Both good. I was going to say, if they don't let me eat their creature, I basically win here. Like, I still feel like I'm miles ahead, but... Well, this puts them to 1, where they die. That's true, I guess they can die. I mean, I don't really feel like it was. They felt super behind that entire game. But I will not be rude to them either by not good gaming them back. Alright, so we made it to 4 wins. Which is way better than it looked like we were going to do from the beginning of this. So I guess we keep on going then until we lose, which is probably going to be this game here, but I will definitely take a 4-3. So So I gotta say, if I always got 4 and 3 and every once in a while I did better, that would be so good for me. Like, that's such a good record overall. It is so hard to have better than a 50% win rate consistently. Like, there are definitely formats where I have had a way better than 50% win rate, but for the most part, I'm actually probably in the 40s, I think. So we just run out the rat now for curve. And a little bit of disruption. I think that's fine. I could also save the rat, but... Could have made that a 3-2, so they have better things in their hand. Alright, if they're gonna kill something, I'd rather them kill this one first. Because the Gorgon will always trade with anything that doesn't have, like, first strike or flying. Something to get around it or force its way through. But the Vampire, yeah, the Vampire is like a prime target for a removal spell here, so... Hey. They have the slightly better board presence, but I've got 2 removal spells in my hand, so I'm feeling like as good as I can be. More land was not... Like, I am full on lands now. I do not need another land for the rest of the game, please and thank you. Alright, we'll hold up Murder. Hope that they don't have, like, a good flip trigger or something. Or some dire thing like the skeleton, whatever it's called, the dinosaur skeleton, where I'm just going to take a ton of damage from it. Although if they flipped it up, I could just take the damage and kill it, and that'll be fine. Because they would probably do that to give it menace before attacking. Swarm Guildmage, get +1/+0 and menace, or gain 2 life. I'm going to have to kill that, so... Yeah. Oh, that'll be good later. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill this. They haven't flipped up their guys yet. Fair enough. So, I was going to say, I don't think the Murder needs to get played yet, but... we are going to lose because I've drawn way too much land this game. I guess I can wait one more turn and kill something during combat, but in case they play a land and activate Sauroform Hybrid or something to try and kill me. The problem is if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Like, if one of their guys is too big for it or something. So, I have to Murder here, I think. Make sure the creature dies, and they can't just flip it up. Oh! Well then. Guess I'll lose. Too little, too late. Wow, that is so close to actually being good enough, too. But the problem is they have the 6 mana to make their other guy huge. So I can't, like, trade with this and... yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't get my guy back. Play my morph. Yeah. I'm just dead here. Well, we made it a lot further than I thought we were going to. Okay. Yeah, he has to block now. He can't not block. I mean, they couldn't pay for my guy, but... oh, apparently they could have. Alright, I mean... not technically dead. And if they don't have anything, I will trade with their 4-5 here, so... like, things are bad, but... we're gonna keep playing Magic for a tiny bit longer. Okay. Oh, right, exile my guy, and they have 2 things. Alright, you got it. I tried. Well, at least we got to 4 wins before that happened, so... that felt pretty alright. Okay, let's claim my prizes. Got a whole bunch of packs over here. Just open all of those. Ooh, my first Massacre Girl, according to this. Alright, well, that'll do it for this draft. I think we can do one more, and then I'll call it there. So if you're watching this live, give me a minute, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.